Blue Delta from Tampa to Los Angeles, and then southwest from Los Angeles to Oakland. Alright, I'm in Oakland. I made it to the Travato. Picking up the camper to take it back to Miami and Maria and Carlos. Can't wait. It's going to be an exciting adventure. So I just pulled off the interstate, heading to Carnegie State Vehicular Recreational Area, and bumper-to-bumper traffic on the highway, and now there's no cars in sight. Just the way I like it. Okay, this was an interesting road because the speed limit is 45 miles per hour, but yet they put speed humps in the road, and it made me slow down about 15 miles an hour with the van. Otherwise, the van felt like it was going to fall apart. Got up this morning about 3:30 to an ice cold cabin. So I tried turning the heat on. I thought I had it on set at 64, but it was probably about 50 degrees in the cabin. Anyway, fan was running but no heat. Tried lighting the stove, it didn't work, and the valve outside by the propane fill is on, so I think it's empty. So right now, luckily, I stayed at the Flying J last night and they have propane refill. So I'm getting it refilled now and hopefully get the heater working. Stay tuned. Okay, so the heat's working fine now. Rookie mistake. I had to text Maria and she asked me if the switch inside was on. I never checked the switch inside. I assumed it was on. I only checked the switch outside and that was on. But they both have to be on for the heat to work. So anyway, heat's working fine now, and it's getting nice and toasty in here. I just took my jacket off, so loving life now. All right, it is now 6:50 in the morning, and worked out a couple bugs, figured out the heater, and turns out it was my fault, of course. I forgot to turn the switch on in the back for the propane inside. So the switch was on in the outside, but not the inside. So then I went to go put air in the tires because the rear tires were low, and the TPMS system that was put on the tire valves was making it difficult to put the air in the tires. It kept leaking. So it took me about at least 30 to 45 minutes to get the air just in the back tires, and about $5 or $6 at the air pump. But I finally got it in there. Tire pressures are at 80 PSI, which is where they should be in the rear. And just stopped at Starbucks and got a beautiful view of the sunrise. So this is what it's all about. And just wanted to give you a view of the sunrise. Okay, so end of day 2, and started out a little rough with no heat this morning and last night, and then trying to get air put in the rear tires. That was a little difficult, but drive was pretty good. I started heading south, and I was going to go to a farm that I found on Boondockers Welcome, but the host never replied, so I didn't make it there, so I had to improvise again. And but I found this spot on iOverlander. It's just a stealth camping on the street at a city park, McFarland Park in McFarland, California. So it was a little noisy earlier with the traffic, but it's not bad now. It's about 20 after 7, and the traffic is slowing down. There's nobody in the park anymore, so it's nice and quiet. But gonna settle in, get a good night's sleep, and head out to Trona Pinnacles tomorrow. I just pulled off the road here. Just thought I'd try one of these little BLM land dirt roads. Check it out. Hopefully I don't get stuck. So in taking a break from driving, just pulled off onto a BLM road out in the desert. Thought I'd give you a quick view of where I'm at. I made it to Trona Pinnacles. This is the view from my van. I just climbed one of the pinnacles, and I can see the van out in the distance. Good morning, day 4. Woke up, made my coffee, getting ready to start my day. Sun's gonna be coming up soon. The sky's starting to turn bright, and probably head out. Try to head out earlier today. I'm gonna get on the computer here in a few minutes and see what I can find. Last night was interesting. Out of nowhere, a windstorm popped up, and this van was rocking last night because of the wind. And I looked on the weather channel, and it said there was going to be gusts up to 50 miles an hour. So I was here. There was no way I was even going to drive out of it. It turned out not to be too bad, and I think it stopped probably around 11 o'clock at night. So, but yeah, that was interesting. So I'll be back tomorrow and fill you in on the adventures that I find today. Until then, goodbye. I found this place on iOverlander, and it's a private ranch called Bowen's Ranch, and there's it's kind of right at the base of a trailhead. There's a hot springs up there, and Deep Creek runs through it. So I decided to try this place, and just a handful of camping spots he has for 10 bucks a night. This is what I found, and I just have to try and level it now. I don't have any levelers, so I'm going to try to use some rocks that I found and level the van out a little bit more. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with the leveling process. It's not perfect, but I just wanted my head a little bit higher than my feet when I'm sleeping. So the back of the van is 1 degree higher than the front. I am off by 4 degrees side to side, so the passenger side is lower by 4 degrees. But I can live with that. It's not worth messing around with it anymore, but just use some rocks that I found and leveled it a little bit. All right, I'm hiking back to check out the hot springs, and I think it's close to 3 miles from where I started, where I'm camping. So anyway, I think I'm almost there. Well, I made it to Joshua Tree National Park and found a traffic jam waiting to get through the gates. Found a nice spot to park and have lunch. Really cool looking boulders over there. Nice and quiet, peaceful. so it is now the end of day 5, and I've been trying to do the quick updates in the morning, these video updates, but this morning I wanted to get an early start and didn't have time to do it. And the plan was to stop in Ontario, pick up Donna, but she didn't make the flight, and so I just came straight to Joshua Tree. And so long story short, she couldn't get on flights out today, so she's going to try again tomorrow. Hopefully I can get her into Palm Springs tomorrow morning, pick her up, and then I've got a reservation in Joshua Tree National Park at one of the campgrounds. So that's the plan right now, and that's the latest and the greatest. I will give you an update tomorrow.